So I used to self-sabotage a lot. I had a goal. I wanted to get extremely ripped at one point, and I still have that goal and I'm working toward it, but I was lean, but I wanted to get to that next level, really push my limits and get to that full potential and become the best version of myself. And every time I would get close, I was so close, I would binge the fuck out. I would eat some garbage. I would go out, overeat. I would give in to vices and just completely self-sabotage. And self-sabotaging, if you don't know what that means, it's basically when we say we want something and then actively do everything we can to not actually get it. It's when our actions don't align with our thoughts. It's when we make sure the thing we want does not happen. That's self-sabotage. A lot of you might be doing that. And here is how I was able to actually help myself and fix that. You need to understand this, and it's going to change your life. There's only two modes that you could be in: a high frequency state and a low frequency state. What does that mean? A low frequency state is guilt, shame, anger, any negative boredom, any negative emotion is a low frequency state. A high frequency state is gratitude, appreciation, acceptance, enlightenment, all these high vibrational, high frequency states. That's what that is. And when you're in a certain state, you get certain types of thoughts. So the reason you keep self-sabotaging is because you're always in a low frequency state. You're always feeling bored. You're always feeling angry or any type of low frequency negative emotion. And when you feel those things, you're 100 times more likely to actually self-sabotage and go against what you actually want. And then you start overeating. Then you start smoking weed again. Then you start drinking alcohol. That's what would happen to me. I would be I would be doing fine. I would eat well, and then I would get bored. I would enter a low frequency state and just start eating bullshit, right? And that's why I set, and I keep bringing this up in every video, but like this morning process I've set up for myself, it's so important. Waking up at 4:45, hitting my 50 minimum of 50 burpees the second I wake up, getting my 30 minutes of cardio at the gym. I have to burn 300 calories. I just finished. It's like 6 in the morning. I just finished it. And one of the reasons I do that is because it puts me into a higher frequency state. When you're in a high frequency state, you don't want to self-sabotage. You don't want to do things against that put you in a worse position to get to your goals. You don't want to do that. If you've ever hit the gym and you just truly gave it your fucking best, you went all in, you ran 3 miles, you hit a nasty fucking filthy workout. When you're done, even if you were starving and wanted to eat shit before, when you're done with that workout and you actually put yourself through that difficult thing, you're like, you know what? I could use I'd rather have something good. I'd rather have something that's good for me, something clean. That's because you went from a low frequency to a high frequency state. You don't want to self-sabotage when you feel good, when you feel grateful. I just finished my 30 minutes of cardio and I feel fucking amazing. Like, I hated it in the moment. I had to get through it, push through it. I was tired. Didn't, I didn't feel great going into it, but I knew that once I'm done, I would feel amazing. Because once you do something difficult, you become proud. And all I ever wanted was just to be proud of myself. Once I actually did the thing, I pushed my limits, I put myself into a better state. And, I was starving beforehand and I wanted to eat a bunch of bullshit. I'm still hungry, but I'm just in a clearer, more aligned mindset to where I actually want to be. So now when I get home, I'm going to work on my client courses and the community I'm making for my guys. And only after 4 or 5 hours, that's when I'm actually going to eat something good, like eggs and beef and some vegetables. I'm going to eat clean. But before the cardio, when I just woke up, I was starving. I wanted to go get a bagel and or like eat some ice cream, like straight up, like I just want to eat bullshit. But you have to get out of that low frequency state so you don't actually entertain the negative thoughts. That's why the morning process I created is so important, because the second I wake up, I enter into a system that automatically puts me in a higher frequency state, and I just keep on winning. I'm just going to keep on winning. Throughout my day, I started my day with positivity, and I'm going to just keep on going. More positive momentum, because when you keep winning, it's hard to stop. But when you keep losing, it's also hard to stop losing. You have to stop getting in your own way, bro. You have to stop. You're always in a low frequency state. You're always in a state of desire and boredom and guilt. The second you overeat, you slam the Ben and Jerry's. You fucking shit on the whole pizza. You feel shame. You feel guilt. And then what do? Because of that, you do it again. You dig yourself deeper and deeper into the hole and make it even harder to climb out. Stop getting in your own way. You're going to continue self-sabotaging as opposed to actually leveling up your life. But to level up your life, you actually have to do things that put you in that direction. You have to enter a high frequency state so that you don't self-sabotage. And I told you, you have to hit the gym hard. You have to go on a run. I have multiple things I do besides that. I meditate. The second I wake up, I'm full of negativity. I don't wake up smiling and giggling and shit. I wake up pissed off. It's 4:45. I don't want to get up. I'd rather sleep in. But I know the second I get up, I have the negative self-talk. I hit 50 burpees. I put the camera on my phone on, plop it on the floor, and just start hitting the burpees. I knock it out 3-4 minutes. Torture, out of breath. I don't even want to call it torture. It's amazing. How blessed can I be to be able to actually be able to work on myself and work towards my purpose. I hit my 50 burpees. I'm out of breath. I just did something hard. I feel good. And my state starts going up. And then I go to the gym and I run, or I go up an incline for 30 minutes and I burn 300 calories and my state goes even up. And now I'm here talking to you on this video and I'm flowing and I'm expressing myself, what I'm going through, and teaching. And I'm even in a better state now. I'm getting into a more and more high frequency state. But you can't just rely on luck. Like, shit doesn't change because you want it to. You have to actually do something different. You have to intentionally put yourself into the high frequency state. And the only way you can do that is by moving toward your purpose as a man. When you do things in alignment with your true mission, with your purpose. Like right now, I'm talking to the camera, I'm posting content, I'm working on my business, I'm helping people. This is my purpose. When I'm in the gym, I'm working on myself, making myself better. I'm working on my purpose. When you work on your purpose, you put yourself in a higher frequency state. But if you're not doing that, what are you doing? You're bored. You're in a state of negativity. And that's when the self-sabotaging happens and you fuck everything up. Stop getting in your own way. And you don't realize you're not just hurting yourself, you're hurting your family, your friends, and everyone around you. When you're in a low frequency state, they say life is a mirror, it's not a window. You only see what you are. So when you're in a low frequency state, and your loved ones, your family, your dad, your mom, your brother, your wife, whatever the case may be, when you're in a low frequency state and that person comes up to you and tries to be nice or says something positive to you, you react and you just push them away. No, not right now. Blah, blah, blah. You deflect them, or you yell at them, or you project your own bullshit onto them because you're angry or you're in a negative state. Same exact scenario could happen, but you're in a high frequency state. They come up to you, they're positive. You're positive. You're happy to see them. You reflect what you feel onto others. So if you're always in a negative state, you're always overeating, giving into the vices, slamming pizzas, feeling guilt and shame, what do you think you're giving to others? It doesn't matter what they come at you at. It's how you feel internally. And then you project your guilt, your shame onto others. I just want to be proud of me. And if you're not proud of you, they're not either. You have to stop this self-sabotaging behavior. That's why I decided to completely change my life. It's fear. All it is fear. I decided I'm no longer going to be giving into the vices. I'm going to stop halting my progress in my life. I'm going to be the best possible human I can be, and then give that human, give that man to everyone around me, and give that man to the world. And this morning process is just amazing. I wake up, I go through the hard times, and at first it was awful. It was horrible. I had to push through it. And it gets easier, but at the same time, there are times where I would get less sleep or something will happen and a hard day pops up, because the more time passes, the more chances there are for something to go wrong. And that's fine. I've done this routine. I've woken up at 4:45 with 5 hours of sleep. It's happened twice now, and I pushed it through. And the thing is, when I finished it, I woke up just crazy negativity. Just the self-talk was horrible. But I still did the process because I committed to this, to doing this. I went through the process and I got out of it in a high frequency state, and then my whole day was just better. If I didn't have that, I would be in a negative state the whole day, fuck the whole day up, overeat, do something dumb, and mess everything up. But you have to actually commit to it, dude. You have to commit. Like, you don't believe you're worth it. The reason you don't take the risk, the reason you don't commit to yourself 100% is because you don't believe in you. You don't think you're actually worth it. Because if you did, you would have committed. You would have invested. You would have taken the risk. I didn't think twice. When I realized the pattern that was happening in my life, the second I was aware of the bullshit that was happening, I went, this must change. And the only way to change is to commit 100% to this. I had to commit 100%. I didn't have, you think for 1 second, I was like, no, I can't do it. Or I had a thought like, I'm not worth it. Dude, I literally wrote a whole page out of everything I need to do and said, that's it. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing from now on. The reason you don't take the risk, the reason you don't commit 100%, the reason you don't invest into yourself is because you don't believe you're worth it. Seriously. Because if you did, you would have done it. Every time you don't go to the gym, you skip out, you don't believe you're worth it. Every time you don't eat the clean food, the vegetables, the beef, the eggs, the good food for you that you have at home, and you choose Grubhub or DoorDash, or you go out to eat and stuff your face, you're not investing into yourself. You're doing the opposite. When I started actually eating the things that are good for me, not ordering the bullshit, when I started hitting the gym every single day, all I'm doing is investing into myself. It's self-love. I've invested a little over a year ago, I had $800 to my name. As you know, I'm an online fitness coach. If you didn't, there you go. I'm an online fitness coach. I help men get in the best shape of their lives. And a year and a few months ago, I had $800 in my bank account. Got on a call with a coach. He told me, if you want to learn how to take your business online and become a coach online and help more people, it's going to be $8,000. I didn't have that. I literally was like shitting myself. I was like, $8,000? I never had that much in my life. But I still invested into myself because I'm fucking worth it. I know I'm gonna make it work. I am fucking worth it. So I did it. And there was no promise that it was gonna work. But I made a promise to do the things that would make it work. There is no guarantee. But I still went all in. I still decided I have to do it. No matter how much the fear got in my way, I still went through it. Because the difference between someone who's a coward and someone who's courageous, they both feel the exact same thing. They both have the same daunting situation. They both have that fear, that thing that makes your heart stop. But the coward lets the fear stop him in his path, and it cripples him, and he doesn't move forward. The man that's courageous has that same feeling, that same fear, but steps forward despite the fear. I know who I want to be. Do you know who you want to be? 14 months ago, I invested into myself, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. My business is successful. I have dozens of clients. I'm actually changing their lives. Like after this, I get to go home, I get to shower, I get to check in with my clients. I get to look at all the workouts they're hitting, all the nutritional targets they're hitting, the food I'm telling them to eat. They're killing it. I get to check in with them. I'm looking at their progress pictures. They don't even look the same. I post it on my Instagram all the time. I show them off because they're killing it. And it makes me feel fulfilled that I'm actually making a difference. I genuinely feel amazing, like every time I look at my guys. Just to shout out, like Steven, Bobby, Mario, Joel, Jesse, John. My guys are killing it. All the transformations are on my Instagram. They're killing it. Like, they're telling me these amazing things. But they decided, when they got on a call with me, they decided they weren't going to be the coward. They were going to be the courageous person and invest into themselves and truly commit. Because the only reason, brother, the only reason you're not where you want to be is because you haven't committed. Stop self-sabotaging. Stop saying you want this thing and doing everything to not get it. Stop doing it. I told you how. Start putting yourself in a higher frequency state. Stop living in boredom and in low frequency. Put yourself in the higher frequency state. And I told you one more time, you have to do things in alignment with your purpose. Work towards your purpose, where you want to get to, and you will stay in that state. And then you start getting what you want in this life. Until then, you're going to keep getting in your own way. I don't want that for you. So that's all for this one. Stop getting in your own way. Start doing what you need to do to live the life that you want. And you'll be shocked how fast everything changes for you. It did for me. That's all for this.